Lexus just topped Consumer Reports reliability rankings in 2026. And yet, some Lexus GX years will drain your wallet, rust out your frame, or leave you stranded at the worst possible moment. Today, we're ranking the 3 worst Lexus GX years you should run from, and the 4 best years that'll hit 400,000 miles without flinching. Stick around to the end, because I'm also going to tell you why even the worst Lexus GX year still beats most of the competition. That one might surprise you. The Lexus GX has quietly become one of the most cult-followed SUVs in America. Its body-on-frame, it's got a legendary 4.0-liter V8, and it shares its bones with the Toyota Land Cruiser Prado, one of the most indestructible platforms ever built. But not every model year was created equal. There were production changes, supplier issues, early-run quirks, and a few years where Lexus simply didn't get it right on the first try. So whether you're shopping right now with a $25,000 budget or considering a newer model closer to $70K, this video will save you from a very expensive mistake. Let's get into it. Worst number 3, 2006 Lexus GX 470. Coming in at number 3 on our worst list, the 2006 Lexus GX 470. Now, to be clear, this is still a solid SUV by almost anyone's standards, but for a Lexus, 2006 had more friction than it should have. NHTSA received complaints about the vehicle's stability system behaving erratically. In some cases, it would engage unexpectedly during normal cornering, which is unsettling to say the least when you're merging on a highway. There was also a recall involving the fuel system and a technical service bulletin related to brake master cylinder issues on some builds. Here's what I always tell people. A recall isn't a deal breaker. It means the problem has a known fix. What matters is whether the previous owner actually had the recall completed. On a used 2006, always run the VIN through the NHTSA recall database before you buy. Link is in the description. The 2006 is also sandwiched in the middle of the first-generation GX's run, meaning it doesn't have the refinements that came in 2007 and 2008. If you're shopping first-gen, skip 2006 and target 2007 or 2008 instead. Worst number 2, the 2003 Lexus GX 470. Number 2 worst, the very first model year, the 2003 Lexus GX 470. First model years are always a gamble, and the GX was no exception. The most commonly reported issue? Starter motor failure. Multiple owners reported the starter going out prematurely, sometimes as early as 60 to 80,000 miles, which for a Lexus is embarrassingly early. There were also complaints about the rear differential and some early transmission hesitation, particularly on cold starts in climates below freezing. I want to put this in perspective, though. These aren't catastrophic failures. The starter on a GX 470 is about a $300 to $400 part. The real question is what else might be due for replacement on a 20-plus-year-old first-year model. The answer is a lot. Timing belt, water pump, all the rubber, suspension components. You're looking at a potential $3,000 to $5,000 refresh on a high-mileage example. If you find a 2003 with solid service history and a recent mechanical refresh, it can still be a good buy. But for most people, the risk-reward just isn't there when better years exist at similar price points. Worst number 1, and this one actually made headlines, the 2010 Lexus GX 460. When a car gets a don't buy recommendation from Consumer Reports, you remember it. And that's exactly what happened to the brand new second-generation GX 460 at launch. The specific issue was terrifying. In certain sharp cornering maneuvers, the rear of the vehicle could swing out in a way that the stability control system failed to correct properly. Consumer Reports described the behavior as potentially dangerous. Toyota and Lexus moved quickly. They issued a software update within days that addressed the stability control calibration. But the reputational damage was already done. And here's the problem for used car buyers today. Not every 2010 GX 460 on the used market had that software update completed. And that's not even the biggest issue anymore. What we've seen with 2010 GX 460s, particularly in northern states in the Pacific Northwest, is significant frame rust. This was the first year of the new platform, and early production had less robust undercoating than later years. Some examples have rust damage that is genuinely unsafe and very expensive to remediate. If someone is selling a 2010 GX 460 and they're not offering a pre-purchase inspection, walk away. And even if they are, know what you're looking at underneath. This is the one year I'd tell most buyers to avoid entirely. Best, number 4, 2015 Lexus GX 460. Kicking off our best years, the 2015 Lexus GX 460. By 2015, the second-generation GX had been through 5 years of refinement. The stability control software that caused the 2010 recall nightmare, long fixed and dialed in. Early production rust concerns, addressed in the manufacturing process. The 2015 is the sweet spot of the second generation for a few reasons. You get the updated infotainment from the 2014 refresh, though, let's be honest, it's still not exactly modern. But more importantly, Lexus had worked out most of the mechanical kinks by this point. The 4.6-liter V8 is making 301 horsepower, the full-time 4WD system is proven, and reliability data on this year is genuinely excellent. On forums like Club Lexus and I Hate Mud, you'll find 2015 GX owners regularly reporting 200,000, 250,000, even 300,000-mile examples, with nothing but routine maintenance, air filters, and brake pads. It's right at the top of the used car market's sweet spot. Old enough to have depreciated significantly, but still recent enough to feel current. Best, number 3, the 2017 Lexus GX 460. Number 3 best, the 2017 Lexus GX 460. The 2017 received some notable updates, including a refreshed front fascia, new wheel designs, and upgrades to the standard safety equipment. More importantly, by 2017, this platform had been in production for 7 years. Maturity in a platform is everything. Here's a stat that should get your attention. J.D. Power gave the 2017 high marks for dependability, and owner-reported problems per 100 vehicles was one of the lowest in the mid-sized luxury SUV segment. That's not marketing. That's data from real owners 3 years post-purchase. If your budget is in the $35,000 to $45,000 range and you want a GX that's been broken in but still has a lot of life left in it, the 2017 is one of the best values in the used luxury SUV market right now. And number 2 best, our second best year, the 2019 Lexus GX 460. The 2019 GX 460 is what happens when you take an already great platform and push it to near perfection. Lexus updated the standard tech package again, added Apple CarPlay compatibility to the infotainment, and kept everything under the hood that made the GX a legend. The 4.6-liter V8 in the 2019 is one of the most over-engineered motors Toyota has ever produced. It's got a chain-driven timing system, no belt to replace, a forged crankshaft, and an interference engine that's still running strong on examples with 350,000 miles. The transmission is the 6-speed automatic, which has a track record that most transmission builders would be jealous of. Reliability data from Consumer Reports, J.D. Power, and independent surveys all agree. The 2019 is one of the cleanest years in terms of owner-reported issues, and it's young enough that major maintenance intervals are still ahead, not behind. And as for the number 1 best Lexus GX year to own, the 2021 Lexus GX 460. Here's why the 2021 wins. First, it benefits from every refinement Lexus made over 11 years on this platform. Second, and this is huge for used car buyers, the 2021 is old enough that you're past the initial depreciation cliff, but it's still covered in some cases by certified pre-owned warranties if you buy from a Lexus dealer. That's a massive risk reduction on a used car purchase. The 2021 also introduced Lexus Safety System 2.0 as standard. That's pre-collision warning, lane departure alert, automatic high beams, and radar cruise control. You're getting modern active safety tech on a bulletproof traditional platform. Owner reports on the 2021? Remarkably quiet. In a year where supply chain issues were hammering almost every automaker's quality control, Lexus maintained their standards. Complaints are minimal, satisfaction scores are through the roof. If your budget can stretch to the $48,000 to $58,000 range for a clean example, the 2021 is the one to get. Now here's the thing I promised you at the beginning, the Lexus paradox. Even our number 1 worst year, the 2010, if you find a rust-free Southern example with clean history and the recall completed, it's still a better long-term ownership proposition than most competitors. Think about it. The platforms it competes with, the BMW X5, the Mercedes GLE from the same era, those vehicles have repair costs that can hit $3,000 to $8,000 for a single suspension refresh or transmission service. GX owners are often reporting the same mileage with nothing but oil changes, air filters, and brake pads. The worst Lexus GX year is still better than the average vehicle. What you're doing when you avoid the bad years and target the good years is moving from good to exceptional. You're protecting yourself from the rare failure mode in an otherwise outstanding vehicle. That's the Lexus GX in a nutshell. To wrap it up, avoid the 2003 for first-year starter issues and early-run gremlins, avoid the 2006 for VSC complaints in that mid-cycle rough patch, and avoid the 2010. The Consumer Reports recall and frame rust risk make it the one year that's genuinely hard to recommend. For the best years,
the 2015 is your budget sweet spot. The 2017 is your dependability pick. The 2019 is near-perfect reliability with updated tech, and the 2021 is the best overall. Peak engineering, modern safety, and still great value on the used market. If you found this useful, hit that like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach more people who are out there trying to make smart car decisions. I've got a full breakdown of the Lexus GX versus the Toyota 4Runner dropping next week. Subscribe so you don't miss it. And drop your current GX year in the comments. I want to know what you're driving and how many miles you've put on it. See you in the next one.